Wildcat hockey. There's an atmosphere to this game. The icy chill that hovers in the air. The rumble of dedicated fans against the glass. The sound of metal carving its path. Someone once said hockey was figure skating in a war zone. They weren't exactly wrong. There's an athletic tradition at the University of Arizona, one that isn't deterred by cacti or blistering heat. A tradition of hard work, perseverance, and preparation. A tradition of camaraderie and of school spirit. It grants us hope when times are hard and makes us strong so we can rise to our feet again. This tradition, it lives inside these players, and it lives inside their fans. So join us. We're ready to bear down. And something tells us you are too.
Welcome back, Wildcat hockey fans, for another edition of Bear Down Breakdown. I'm here with Coach Berman. Coach, it has been a long tenure on the road, a full month away from home ice, 7 straight road games. How's the team been dealing with such a long stretch without a single home game?
Obviously, we love playing at home and miss it, but I think it was good for us. A lot of travel. We learned a lot of lessons. Especially last weekend, we had #1 in the country on the ropes with 7 minutes left and unfortunately came up short. That might have been our best game of the year and is a kind of our first full investment to a 60 minutes, which is what we've been looking for. And then Sunday, not so much, and you pay for it. But that's why we want to play those top teams, because you want to learn, okay, where do we stand? What are we capable of? Well, we're capable of giving #1 a run, and what are we capable if we don't do these things? And certainly Sunday or Saturday exposed that. So it's good to get home. We're excited to be home for these next 3, and especially this weekend with alumni and Pink the Rink going on. But I do think getting on the road was productive for us.
Speaking of keeping up with those top teams, what do you think are the keys to really keeping them on the ropes, like you said? I mean, you play Liberty, Maryville, Minot. Those are 3 really tough teams. How do you keep them on their toes and keep fighting back?
Well, we had success against Minot and Maryville because we played simple. And on Saturday, I don't know if it was fatigue or what it was. The other team had the same issues, but we got away from simple. We tried to play cute, which is when we get in trouble. We need to earn the ability to use our skill when we get our opportunities, after we've climbed the ladder, done the little things below the puck. And so we stopped doing those things, and we paid for it. And in some ways, that's a good thing, and it's a reminder of, look, you can't get away with it against the top teams. And that's the teams we want to play, and those are the teams we want to beat come March to fulfill our goals. So, unfortunately, it doesn't feel good, but that's what it takes to become a good team, and you have to go through these things to learn them. We've got a young team. I'm really excited about this team. Everybody over breaks like, how's the team doing? How's the team doing? And I'm like, great. How's your record? And it doesn't sound great, but it's like, trust me, I know what we have and where we're going, and we're really excited about the direction. The culture has improved, the makeup of our team, and so I think it's a matter of time before we start getting rewarded here.
Having faced those top teams, you said you're really enjoying how the team has improved their culture and their performance on the ice. How do you plan on taking that into vying for the 7th straight Cactus Cup at home on Tucson ice?
Yeah, well, the first step is not to talk about it, to be honest with you. And obviously, it's in the ears of our guys. But this series is a grind. It always is. It's 2-1. So for us to be talking about winning the fourth game before the third is ill-advised. And I know how this series goes. It's a shift of momentum that doesn't take much. So we're concerned about Friday night, taking care of business. And obviously, if we can have success Friday, then we can start talking about that. It's no different than the national championship. You're not going to hear me or my guys pounding the tables how we're going to win. We want to win a national championship. We all want to win a national championship, but until you get to the Frozen Four, it's not an option on the table. So do the things necessary through our process, and if we take care of our process, I think we'll be happy with the outcome.
Heading into the second half of the season, you've seen improvement in the team. Who are those key players you're looking for to step up and really keep this team going strong through the second half of the season?
Well, there's a lot to that. I mean, we feel like we've got a top goaltender in Hayden Gould, so obviously that's a weapon that we want in our back pocket anytime we're going on the ice. I think our star players are really starting to play like stars. When you talk about Hughes and Rue, those are two guys who are stepping up, and that's really important for us to take that next step and to beat those top teams. We need them to do that. They had a huge power play goal against Minot. Like, you need those guys to come up big in big games, and they're proving they are, and why they're worthy of going to Italy for Team USA. And so it was a great weekend last week in regard to that. We've also got a lot of guys who are, like, we're a little banged up on the back end, some guys that are stepping up that are young, that are going through the process of maturing and growing their game, and they're doing a lot of big things. And so we're relying on Kioka to be the leader back there and to pick us up. And he's another star player who's just playing excellent this year, and we need him. He makes our power play better, plain and simple, and he's been a real good vocal leader. So I would say those are the main guys off the top, but when you look up the makeup of our team, it's not really about the top to bottom guys. It's the guys who fill their roles. The Owen Vilhauers, like there's so many players. Will Josephson, the guys who just bring Erickson, guys who bring little things to the team that aren't little. They're massive impacts that allow those star players to do what they do. That's what makes this group special, and they all get along. And that might sound funny, but that doesn't happen every year. And so it's fun to come to the rink with this group. And I really believe in the process and where we're going.
And right defense from Wayne, New Jersey, number 7, Nicholas Gioca. And starting in goal for the Wildcats from Columbus, Ohio, number 30, Hayden Gould. And now, ladies and gentlemen, we ask you to rise if you are able and remove your hats as we honor America with the playing of our national anthem.
What so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the we're so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the
Wildcat fans, the Tucson Arena, as your U of A Wildcats once again take on ASU on this Saturday night. Thank you so much to everyone for joining in on the live broadcast, and if you get a chance, we would love to have you experience Wildcat hockey in person, if you can make it here at the TCC. My name is Brooke Barker, and just to give you a little update of where we're at, yesterday, against ASU, we had lots and lots of goals scored. Riley Rue, Tyler Shetland, Dylan Walker, and Nicholas Chioka. And of course, the absolute beauty that was the shootout goal from Justin Hughes. Right now, it is the ceremonial puck drop for the Hockey Fights Cancer Pink the Rink night. Of course, U of A coming off of that fantastic win last night in the shootout is going to be working hard again to kind of reestablish kind of that dominance that they had in that game yesterday as they start here shortly.
Arizona gets the win off of the early faceoff. Arizona State gathers behind their own net. Tries to send it cross ice. Arizona across the far boards, intercepted by Arizona State. Gould's gonna come out of back to play it. Tries to pass it forward through the neutral zone, swatted down. Arizona State through the neutral zone, looking for the shot opportunity. Cross ice pass, can't find anybody with it. That's Rue chasing. Nice reverse hit there along the near boards. Tristan Swiger gives up the body, and Arizona can keep the puck. Shot there gives Arizona a chance to regather, get a line change. Soft little tap in towards the goalie. It'll be number 31, Nate Glenn. Brooke, we saw this goalie match last night. Hayden Gould for Arizona and Nate Glenn for Arizona State. How'd that end up?
Absolutely, definitely came down to it in that shootout. We definitely saw fantastic saves all night from both goalies, and hopefully we get to see more of that fantastic goaltending from both of them tonight.
Really felt like Gould was standing on top of his head last night. A lot of great saves, good opportunities.
Absolutely. Great to watch him really work under pressure. We've said it all season, and we'll probably keep saying it.
From the point. Glenn gets a chance to flash the leather. Not someone you see a lot. Not someone you see a lot taking shots from that deep. Jacob Cosden. I think he had 1 or 2 shots last night from the blue line. Normally a facilitator tries to pass it to one of the guys who are known for shooting. Good to see Cos taking a couple shots like that. Arizona State breaks into Arizona's D zone. Chioka there trying to break it up. Gets shoved along the boards. Speaking of shoved along the boards, Hodgson on a warpath. Aggressive forecheck there by Vilhauer. Ultimately unfruitful. Hughes passes back to Chioka. Chioka takes one on the far boards, but gets right back up in stride. Chioka, pass in front. Looks like Rue's got the beat on it. Pressures Glenn. Glenn makes a bad pass. Josephson now. Josephson hit along the boards, trying to keep hold on the puck, and it works. Quick shot there from Shetland. Just couldn't find the net. I love that from Shetland, getting right where he needs to be. I mean, he's known for his speed, getting into that slot where the team needs him and taking that shot. Even if he doesn't make it, that gives the team some reassurance.
Definitely. He's known for his puck vision, and he shows it time and time again, especially with the amount of shots he took last night, and even a goal from him last night as well. But just to see that early kind of establishment of himself once again in this game is great to see. Super electric play, or it feels like whenever there's a high danger chance, Shetland's always the one closest to the puck whenever his line's out there. It's like Michael Pizzo. Didn't get to see him last game. But now he's fired up. Huge hit along the near boards. There's going to be a penalty call on that. And that's going to be Rossi in the box, number 23. Rosemary, did you happen to catch what the penalty call is? I imagine it'll be something along the lines of boarding or roughing. I'm going to guess the officials didn't like how aggressive that hit was, and considering they didn't get the puck afterwards, officials are more likely to view it as just a spite hit instead of a hockey play. 2 minutes for boarding. Shot on net, over a stick, and away from Hayden Gould. Early clear here for Arizona. Very good to see, especially with how they handled the power play last night. Didn't do the finest job, but getting early clears like that, first steps to success. Vilhauer with another nice clear. Hanrahan's going to play aggressive with it. Go for the puck, cut off the pass, and waste Arizona State's time on the power play. Great play by Hanrahan there to apply the pressure and buy his team some time. Shot rings around the boards. Cosden tries to get the hit for the puck. Arizona State chasing. And Arizona gets another clear. Great way of handling themselves on the penalty kill. They'll get a line change with a minute to go. We've definitely seen a couple different strategies that U of A has tried in their penalty kills, and really the dump and chase is tried and true, and we're seeing it work incredibly well in this first penalty kill of the night for U of A. Berman said it in the bear down breakdown. This team falls apart when they try and get too cute. Playing a pretty bare bones essential power play. Do whatever you can to clear the puck and just regather. Seems to be working well in their favor. From the point, quick shot from the junior Evtimov. And now Arizona has a breakaway. Erickson coming in hot. Quick shot, and he scores! Phenomenal work to get the puck back, get on the breakaway, and with so much confidence, Erickson just skates it in, shoots it. Seeing that from Erickson this early definitely sets a tone for the game, and especially when it's on that penalty kill and it is that breakaway where he's all alone out there in front. It is a fantastic, fantastic setup for the U of A. Last night, Arizona phenomenal work to get the puck back, they were struggling get on the breakaway, but once they did, they were on fire. Good to see them get a short-handed goal just 5 minutes into this first period. Nothing like this electric Pink the Rink crowd. Absolutely phenomenal. We're packed out here in Tucson Arena. And is there any better night to watch hockey? Saturday night, it's a special theme night. It's a game that means a lot to a lot of people. And I mean, you can tell, this crowd is fired up. Absolutely, Rosemary. The boys in that electric pink is a sight to see, and it's great to see. Beat on the back check, and a quick shot sent Gould's way. Gould spreads out to cover it. Rossi back out of the box, going straight onto the back check. Tried to get a stick in it the way. Gould took one right off the pads, couldn't get the rebound, but Arizona clears it back out. Kioka, I believe, lays the hit there. Excuse me, not Kioka, Jacob Cosden.
Arizona regrouping and head the other way. Rossi through the zone. He'll dump it, and Arizona will go for a line change.
Rosemary, we're definitely seeing a new type of confidence in this first period for the U of A. They normally don't come out this strong in that first period, and we're definitely seeing it here tonight.
Last night, I think the first period was the Wildcats' worst, and I think if there's anything that gets you fired up, ready to go the next morning in the game for the next evening, it would be a shootout win against in-state rivals.
It looks like early on, ASU decided to pull their goalie for that extra man on the ice.
It'll be a delayed penalty, I believe, boarding, possibly on Cosden. Arizona State wanted to pull their goalie, try and get some offense going.
Rosemary, what are your thoughts on pulling your goalie this early in a game?
I mean, when you're on the delayed penalty, if the other team gets the puck, the play automatically becomes dead. I think that's pretty textbook. I'm a little bit surprised on how fast Glenn got off the ice. You don't see goalies able to skate off that fast, but they set up that 6-on-5 really quickly, and now we're back to 5-on-5 after the penalty. Final call, Kyoka in the box. Cross-checking. Arizona is back on the penalty kill. Can they recreate what they did less than a minute ago? Get something shorthanded going, or at the very least stop this electric ASU power play. And it looks like they'll get some assistance. Evtimov skated in with a couple of guys in the zone, offsides.
$1 each or $6 for $5. Tonight's winner will receive a gift card to Rudy's Barbecue. And make sure to support the Junior Roadrunners at the 50-50 team tonight.
Arizona State gets possession off the faceoff. Can they keep it? They get on sides, 2 in the zone. But a great play there by Gabe Stoner to get the puck away from the Sun Devils. Evtimov, the quarterback of this power play, hanging out on the blue line, passes it forward, cross through the zone.
Definitely. After watching Evtimov last night, he definitely is on at least my list of ASU players to watch in this game, and we're seeing it very early on here.
It's a completely different team without Evtimov. I mean, shot there from the point, cleanly saved by Gould, who took it right to the chest. Not enough in front for Marchand's shot to be much of anything. Absolutely, without Evtimov, the team is not itself. They do their best when Evtimov's the first to get the puck, first onto that blue line, start finding reads, setting up angles, finding the lanes. Without Evtimov, this team's almost kind of aimless. Skating back to get it is Marchand. Ty Marchand, another person to watch. I think Marchand, Evtimov, Cross, Butler. Olsen, exactly. Those are your quick shot there. Couldn't cover the rebound. They're kind of your life of this team. Evtimov with a quick shot sent high.
Definitely, especially with this little passing game, they love to play on the blue line here that we've seen not only in the last 9 minutes of play, but a lot of it last night as well.
Evtimov hit it wide. Couldn't find the goal. Evtimov with the chance to redeem himself, sends it across to Cross. Marchand from the point. Pass to Evtimov. Evtimov thinking, driving, trying to find anyone to tip it in. There's just too many bodies in front. Looks like Jack Curley laid the body. Took a puck to the shins and was able to prevent.
Kyoka out of the box and immediately on fire out here, taking it through the neutral zone.
We saw it last night. Kyoka almost plays best when he comes right out of the box. Last night he came out of the box and got a penalty within 3 seconds of getting out of the box. He comes out on fire. A shot there by number 22, John Baird. Now Hughes. Swiger behind the net. Pass across, and he scores! That'll be a goal for Dylan Walker. Such an important player to this team, to the history
of Tucson and the Arizona hockey team. Off a tee, just snaps it straight into the back of the net. Nightmare situation here for Glenn.
Pass across, and he scores!
In only 10
That'll be a goal for...
Absolutely. If you know Walker, you know he likes those fancy dangles, and he knows how to get it done, and we witnessed it here.
Absolutely.
Arizona Wildcats goal! Scored by number 16, Dylan Walker. Assisted by number 24, Tristan Schweiger, and number 9,
Dylan Walker,
Justin Hughes. Time of the goal, 9:21.
an electric player. His dad played here in Tucson, and he's continuing his legacy and doing so in a big way. Arizona leads by 2. Arizona wins the Boar battle. Shot there from the point by Erdman. Erdman, another player who came up big for Arizona State last night. We'll go back to Erdman. Erdman with a quick shot, sent way wide. Gould pokes it with the stick to give him some space. Another quick shot there. Gould will glove it, freeze it down.
Seeing some extracurriculars out there in front. Fortunately, it's a big part of those rivalry games. And after the way the shootout went last night, fantastic for U of A. It definitely is going to ignite some tensions between both teams tonight.
Absolutely. And Arizona State, after the last 3 minutes of the third period last night, the score was 4-1. They got 3 fantastic goals to tie it up and send it to OT. Arizona State thinks and maybe even knows that they can beat this Arizona team if they try hard enough. So they're going to be doing everything they can. Tempers on fire, hearts on fire. They're going to really be fighting, especially with the Cactus Cup on the line.
Absolutely. Taking a look kind of at the defensive play we've seen from ASU in this first period, Rosemary, are we under the belief that this is where the 2 goals have come from is more of a stronger offense for U of A or a weaker defense on ASU?
Last night, I think we saw a lot of Arizona having high danger opportunities and not able to capitalize them. I think they're going the extra mile tonight, really thinking about their spacing on the ice, where they are and what they're doing, so that they can actually capitalize on those opportunities. I'm not sure ASU is even doing anything differently on defense. Arizona's just come alive in offense. Josephson sends it across, forward to Myers. Myers looking for Kioka. Kioka tangled up on the near boards. The officials will call it dead.
Looks like Shetland was getting in on the boards there a bit too.
Shetland, we call him electric. We call him, the lifeblood of this team. But I think really he's, I don't want to say an inspiration to people in this locker room, but I think he's just about as close as you can get to a true leader in a system that runs 3 assistant captains. I mean,
definitely. He's definitely part of that leadership force on the team, and you see it on the ice every time he's out there.
He runs the culture of this team, and if that means getting in a scrap to protect his biggest and baddest ally, he's not afraid to. Bat down in front. Myers is going to try for it. Glenn swallows it up in the pads. Sheriff cross-checks behind the net. Great opportunity there by Myers. I mean, we saw this last night when Arizona had those really good opportunities. I mean, they had actual chances to score, but they just didn't for the entire first period. After scoring 2, it really feels like they actually have a chance to score in those high-danger opportunities.
Definitely, and Sam Myers is a character who in those high-danger situations will take the shot if you can see it, even if it doesn't feel as likely, just to get that shot in and to kind of get more information on the goalie and how he can kind of take shots from different directions there.
Absolutely. Anybody who's played hockey can tell you that it's a lot harder to save 30 pucks than it is to save 15 perfect on a dime pucks. I mean, you tire that goalie out if he's facing 15 plus shots a period. Even if you're only throwing terrible shots his way, he's going to get tired, and you can really get the scoring going that way. Rossi wearing his own name in that bright pink jersey. You imagine this night has to mean a lot for him, and he sure is playing like it. Arizona State gathering in their own D zone. Cross can't keep a handle on it. Rue sends it forward to nobody. He's quick to correct his mistake. Gets the puck back. Cosden picks it up from Gould. Sends it across to Swiger. Swiger cross-ice pass. Get the zone entry. Rue now in the zone. He's getting behind the net. Tries to wrap around and tuck it in. Unable to. Great chance there by Rue. Just put a little too much on it. Arizona State in Arizona's D zone. Swiger does a great job to shut down any passing opportunity there. Arizona State shot on net. Swiger tries to flip it the other way. And Curley will. Bad pass. Misses badly. Finds Gould. Marchant trying to get into the zone. Just can't. Stoner behind the net. Tipped around the boards. Vilhauer will pick it up. Vilhauer looking for Walker. Walker with another chance. A quick shot there, I believe, from Justin Hughes. Justin Hughes, who scored the winner in the shootout last night. If there's anyone you want to pass the puck to in a dangerous opportunity like that, I'd give it to Hughes.
Definitely, and especially like immediately coming off of Walker's goal as well. Walker and Hughes are a dangerous duo to have in that offensive zone.
Those are two guys whose whole game is fancy stuff on offense. You've got a lot of defensive-minded players on this team. Walker and Hughes are not those players, but they're totally necessary in this kind of offense to be the go-tos for those high-scoring opportunities. Arizona State tries to tuck it around, and they'll take a tumble. Good try there from number 21, Carson Koosh.
Tensions are high already, especially with U of A being up by 2. And it's very early on to see these extracurriculars, and we're definitely seeing them.
Can you imagine for Arizona, this is maybe the most important game they'll have all year. In-game rivalry, Cactus Cup on the line, and it's Pink the Rink. 3 deadly combinations, and I mean, with the amount of hits we've seen, no doubt about it.
Rosemary, was that an offsides call?
I believe so. Icing.
We haven't seen a lot out of Baird tonight as much as he had been performing in that first period of yesterday's game. So hopefully at the end of this and in that second period, we definitely see some more from Baird.
And for Baird, took a big blow to his confidence last night, scoring an own goal and inadvertently forcing overtime when a puck went careening from an Arizona State Sun Devil right into his skates, right past Gould. I imagine, quick shot there from Shetland, sent high. Very good shot from Shet. I mean, he had that thing on a tee. He whacked it. Arizona battling to stop the zone entry. And Erickson has it now. Erickson flips it to nobody in particular. Kioka there to keep it on sides. Kioka sends it back around the boards. Erickson tips it out. They're going to be aggressive on the forecheck here, try and get something going. Kioka tries to stop a puck. Almost forces a one-on-one. Big hit there, but both guys stay on their feet. On a tee, Ari Rossi. A terrible freeze call. The puck was very clearly moving. I imagine
Definitely.
Glenn might have had it frozen at one point. It was just pushed out of the way, but I mean, the puck had solid movement after the whistle was blown.
Definitely. Maybe the call was more on clamping it with his legs there, but no, it definitely had some movement after the fact.
Rossi behind the net, trying to pass it in front, can't find anybody. Erickson racing to cut off the lane. Gould whipped around the boards. Quick shot there. Gould tries to glove it, just bats it down. It's a scramble to find it. Kyoka does, whips it around. They won't call icing. Arizona has it. Swiger through the neutral zone, looking for a pass, finds Kyoka. Kyoka elects to pass it. Pass batted down by a stick in the lane. That's why they tell you, keep your stick on the ice. Chase with some fancy dangles. Thankfully batted down by Kyoka. Unable to get a handle on it. Curley has it now. Curley flips it. Arizona will get a much needed line change. It felt like that last line was on the ice for 2, maybe even 3 minutes. But if there's anybody you want out on the ice, it's that line. Walker looking for Vilhauer or Hughes, whoever he can find. Vilhauer flips it back, trying to get to Hughes. Can't. Hughes with a nice stick check. And way offsides.
Definitely. Kind of thinking back on those line changes and the particularly the length of them. U of A and Coach Vernon himself are very much a quick line change, have fresh legs on as much as you can team. So seeing those 2 minutes kind of start to rack up of those that time on ice is very interesting to see.
Especially against a team as speedy as Arizona State is. A lot of the goals scored last night were a result of Arizona not being quick enough on the back check and getting out-skated by this speedy Sun Devil team. Hughes gathering, looking for anybody. Walker tries to get a stick on it. Can't, comes away with it. Quick drive to the net. And Stoner will regather behind the point. Quick shot there off the body of the big John Baird. Either that or Tyler Shetland. Both two players who you love to see in the lane. Shet passes it behind the net. Stoner sends it forward. Hughes tries to get a pass off. Gabe Stoner, someone we watched kind of step up last night. He'll be playing on the second line instead of the third like he was last night. Joseph Hull, a new addition. He didn't play last night. Same with Michael Pizzo.
Rosemary, taking kind of a look at both teams and where they're at, both defensive and offensively in this first period, kind of where do you feel like the strengths are lying?
I really think Arizona is just able to, you know, they feel really scrappy tonight. They're not particularly quicker than ASU, but they definitely have a lot more life than ASU does. They're all over the ice, and this isn't a fast team. Nobody on this team is super quick except maybe Tyler Shetland, but they play fast tonight. And honestly, I think that's what they needed against an ASU team that plays super quick. Last night, they got beat up on pace of play, getting outpaced, outworked, and outskated by
Definitely.
Arizona State. Tonight, they're able to control that pace a little better.
Definitely.
Chioka from the point, weak shot off the shins of number 10, Sean Phillips for the Sun Devils. Way off sides.
Feels like we've seen a lot more offsides calls just in the last 18 minutes than I don't even know if we saw any in the last game.
Arizona State is a team that thrives on creating something out of nothing. They want to create huge passing lanes, get guys ahead, and I don't want to say cherry pick, but they want to get really good passing opportunities that hopefully Arizona doesn't see. They're not able to get those tonight as Arizona's playing a really scrappy game, so those quick cross-ice passes quickly become offsides as the only open guys on the ice are in the other end. Great strip there by Hunter Hodgson. Arizona gathers in the neutral zone. Kyoka looking for a pass, flips it into the other end. Rue aggressive on the forecheck. Erickson managed to get a stick on it. Now Kyoka has it. Kyoka ahead to Rue. Swiger now looking for the pass. Swiger to Curley. Curley to Rue. Rue to nobody. Kyoka will try and get there quick. He beats out his man. Manages to get a stick on it. Rue can't find it underneath the skates. Arizona's on the back check. Arizona State with a chance here. Out skating. Luckily, Tristan Swiger there in the zone to shut down that passing lane. That's what was missing last night. Ability to cut him off.
Fantastic. Great move from Swiger to see there.
Battle along the near boards ends very diplomatically, especially with what we've seen so far tonight. I'm really liking the play out of the guys with 30 seconds to go. I think based on what they did last night, they're not gonna turtle out these last 30 seconds. I think they're really gonna try and score, bury ASU, and
Definitely. Coming strong out of the gates is something U of A is not incredibly known for, but seeing it tonight is fantastic, fantastic work. That O-core is definitely working, and you're kind of seeing those lines start to really, really work together to kind of get the as many shots as they can.
15 seconds to play. Vilhauer behind the net in another battle, 10 seconds. And it looks like the last 5 seconds might just expire. The puck's lost. And that'll be all for the first period.
At the end of the first period, Sun Devils 0, your Arizona Wildcats 2. Shots on goal in the first period for the Sun Devils 7, for your Arizona Wildcats 10.
Seven straight road games. How is it going to month?
It's going to feel fantastic, especially with the alumni here. We love all those guys. We're super grateful for all they do for the program, the guys who came before us. So we're super pumped up and ready to get it done for them.
After a super tough stretch of games, you played three of the best teams in the country, Minot, Maryville, Liberty. How does it feel to be in an environment that's a little more comfortable against a team like ASU?
I mean, playing ASU at home, there's nothing better than that in all of college hockey. So it's not hard to get up for those games for sure. And I think it was a great experience playing against Minot, Liberty, Maryville, all super well coached, all great teams. So it was a really fun weekend as well, but doesn't quite stack up to, putting it to ASU at home in front of our alumni. So
last time you played against the Sun Devils, tempers really flared. It was a really tough game and a lot of questionable things from both sides. How are you looking to change the attitude or build upon that momentum going into this game?
Yeah, we're just worried about our locker room and doing things the right way. We're a classy organization. We're going to put it up on the scoreboard, and we're going to do things the right way. And, yeah, we're just going to do it the right way, play disciplined, and stick to our guns and win a hockey game. At the end of the day, the nonsense doesn't matter. What matters is eventually walking away with that Cactus Cup at the end. So.
And what would winning that Cactus Cup here at home on home ice mean to you?
There's nothing better. I've been lucky enough. I had the opportunity to do it last year, and there's no better feeling than doing it in front of the best fans, the alumni, parents, friends, family, girlfriends. It's awesome.
Welcome back, Wildcat fans, to Tucson Arena as your Arizona Wildcats lead the Arizona State University Sun Devils 2-0. They're coming out in those bright pink electric jerseys. I think they almost look better than they did the first period. I don't know what it is about them, but man, they look good. If you notice on the back of their jerseys, they have their own numbers, but they do not have their own last names. Every single name on those jerseys is a special one, bought and dedicated to a survivor or someone who suffered from cancer. Super special night, as not only is it Pink the Rink, and Arizona has a chance to show off, but it's also Game 5 of the Cactus Cup. Arizona is up 3-1 with a chance to clinch it on home ice on an awesome, totally electric night like this. Brooke, what did you see in that first period? What did you like?
I saw a lot of great work from the offensive core for U of A. They definitely have kind of figured out on those lines, and definitely kind of seeing the individual players get to kind of work through, like, and kind of find their kind of niche on that line is great to see.
Arizona State with an early win on the faceoff, skating into the zone. Quick little tap in towards the goal. Gould calmly clears it. Erickson tries to throw the body, goes right over his shoulder. Arizona skating through the neutral zone, headed the other way, flips it. They'll chase. Michael Pizzo, very quick in the lane, tries to get to it, adds a lot of pressure and forces a bad pass. Now, Arizona has a quick shot on goal by Carter Hanrahan. Curley behind the net. Hanrahan will skate back for it. Can't quite make it. Arizona will send it the other way. Gould stops it, passes it. Stoner lays the body to keep control of the puck. Hanrahan skating hard now. Pass across to Swiger. Swiger, quick shot into the pads of goalie Nate Glenn. Nate Glenn had a bit of a turbulent night last night. No goals in the first period, and then allowed 4 straight before Arizona State was able to level the playing field late in the third period.
Definitely. It felt like U of A kind of found the spots, the weaker spots of Glenn in that third period last night.
Vilhauer and Walker looking for the puck. Cosden finds it. Another shot from the blue line. Cosden back checking one-on-one. Gets control of the puck. Great work there by Jacob Cosden to stop that high danger opportunity in its tracks. Arizona State with an opportunity there, but too many bodies in the lane. Glenn comes out to play it. With pressure is Hughes. Cross ice pass through the neutral zone. Arizona State quick shot with no real chance as Gould freezes it. Arizona State, a team that last night had fantastic goal selection, finding the right place to be at the right time and getting off a good shot. Doesn't seem like they have that tonight. They've sent a couple that Gould really was never going to fall for.
Definitely. Gould is a very dynamic goalie in that he really keeps it calm under any situation.
High blocker save over the head of Gould. Gould gets on top of it.
That is a situation we are exactly talking about right there.
They'll call it a no goal. Great job there by Gould. Arizona holds on to their 2-goal lead. I mean, that puck flew up into the air after a high blocker save. I think it went off the blocker, off the back of the rink, the glass, and right back on top of Gould. Gould able to prevent it from crossing that deadly red line. Shetland to Myers. Myers off of the skate of a Sun Devil. 2-on-2. Quick backhand shot. Gould can't get the rebound. But now Shetland has a chance to show off his speed. Quick shot on goal. Glenn can't get it! And capitalizing off of a poor rebound is number 11, Will Josephson. Great job by Josephson to be there, ready off the rebound. A nice hard shot by Shetland so that Glenn could not control the rebound. Now Shetland has a chance. Again, we talked in the first period. Arizona knows where to be at the right time. Quick shot on goal. Glenn can't get it! But they do it again. Capitalizing
Definitely. That last
off
play
a
is a great example of kind of the dynamics we're starting to see kind of appear on the individual lines, and just that connection, I guess,
now
is the
Shetland
best word for it, of just being able to find each other on that ice and get it done.
Glenn, quick shot on goal. Glenn can't get it! Been pretty frazzled when it comes to these opportunities. He'll take a shot, especially a really scary, dangerous shot like that of Tyler Shetland's, and then he's not able to get back and cover in the way a perfect goalie might. He's leaving open those angles, and Arizona's just capitalizing. Michael Pizzo, hard on the forecheck. Rossi has it. Rossi, who wears his own last name on the back of his jersey in memory of Dino Garcia Rossi.
Rossi goes into the box for a penalty, along with an ASU player.
That'll be number 21, Carson Kutch. Hopefully by the end of tonight, I'll have exhausted every pronunciation of that last name, and one of them ought to be right. Not surprised to see two fiery in-state rivals trade penalties like that. You'd hope it would come after something a lot more serious than that, and not just a bit of a scuffle along the near boards. But they're willing to set the tone, show that no small act goes unnoticed.
Wildcat penalty, number 23, Ari Rossi. 2 minutes each for unsportsmanlike conduct. Time of the penalty is 3:08.
Skating through the zone with lots of room is Hughes. Hughes cross-ice pass to Hodgson. Hodgson with a quick shot, gloved down by Nate Glenn. Real opportunity there. Glenn wasn't able to wrap it up, but nobody there to help play it. Stretch pass by Gould to get it all the way out to Walker. Walker gives it to Hughes. Arizona State battling along in their own zone, but Hughes is just too quick. Excuse me, Walker's too quick! And he'll elevate with Glenn way out of position, and he'll score. Dylan Walker with his second of the night.
Beautiful, beautiful over the head of that goalie there. That was fantastic work from Walker once again.
Last night, Walker really generated a lot of offense for Arizona, but it never really came to fruition. Tonight, a goal already. Arizona State battling along in their own zone, but Hughes is just too quick. Excuse me, Walker's too quick, and he'll elevate. Walker with half of his team's points on the board. Love to see it, especially from a guy as offensively minded as Walker is.
Assistant number 7, Nicholas Chioka, time of the goal, 3:48. Again, Wildcats goal, scored by number 16, Dylan Walker. Assistant number 7.
Quick shot there. Great pad save by Gould. Gould gets right back. Shetland, backhand pass. Stoner through the zone, looking for the pass. He was looking at Myers there, but Myers just wasn't open enough. Arizona State's gonna collect it. Michael Pizzo playing some very strong forecheck. Erickson able to take it through the neutral zone. Gives it to Chandler Stevenson.
There's been a change in goal for the Sun Devils.
That might be
Now number 35, Hayden Manning.
Chandler Stevenson. That might be one of the first pucks he's seen this season. The not exactly hometown hero, but in-state phenom out of Chandler, Arizona. Looks like they'll pull Nate Glenn in exchange for Hayden Manning. Didn't pack Manning's jersey, so he'll just wear Gould's. I believe that happened during the first intermission. No indication from the team, but PA just announced that number 31 is now Hayden Manning. Arizona State with a chance there, but there's 4 bodies ahead. Rossi out of the box. Full strength hockey. Tristan Swiger zings it ahead. They'll call it offsides. Walker clearly upset. Big chance there. Tried to stay onside as best he could, but lineman didn't agree.
Definitely kind of seeing Swiger and Walker out there together, you definitely kind of get to see some different dynamics as they don't normally work on a line together.
I think the lines that Coach Berman decided to debut tonight have been more successful than I think any other line combination has. A lot of chemistry. Shetland and Walker just work great in a pair together, along with Tristan Swiger. Gosden behind the net. Zings it along the boards, picked up by Walker. Walker passing ahead. Walker will go pick it up himself along the far boards. Hughes has it. Hughes couldn't get a handle on it. Little chop there. Gives Arizona some time to think. Cosden sends it through the lane. Hughes with a nice little dangle there, but goes down before he can complete. Vilhauer. Now Cosden. Cosden shot from the point. Not very close. Walker has it. Walker across to Vilhauer. Vilhauer to Hughes in the lane. Huge odd man rush here. 4-on-2. And they handle it like pros. Great work there by the Arizona defense. And now Shetland's on an island in the O-zone. Shot doesn't quite make it. Great work by Shetland to be ready for that. And phenomenal work by that Arizona D pair. I believe it was Cosden and Hull. Able to skate back and stop a 4-man odd man rush. That's not something you see every night.
Definitely, and getting shot right back into that offensive zone with Shetland is fantastic work as well to kind of keep it out in front there.
Picture perfect stretch pass by Cosden. Stoner slings it. Josephson's there. Swiger to Stoner. Excuse me, not Swiger. Baird to Stoner. Myers along the far boards. Quick shot there by Josephson. Finds more stick than puck. Shove there. No whistle to let it play on. Baird chops one, receives a bad shove after the pass. Erickson looking to make something happen. Slings it all the way back to Hunter Hodgson. Hodgson gathers. Gives it on over to Kioka. Kioka loses it. 1-on-3. Kioka with a nice stick check there. And Gould gets it right back to freeze it. Great work there by Kioka.
Definitely. You kind of see that dynamic duo that is Kioka and Gould play in that defensive zone quite a bit. And we saw it a lot last night, especially with the defensive pressure that Kioka was able to apply. And Gould is always one to take that defensive help. And you see it with that dynamic.
last night, Arizona really struggled on shutting down those opportunities, getting outskated with Arizona State forcing some odd man rushes. Quick shot there off the pads of Gould. But tonight they've done a much better job of shutting down odd man rushes. I'm particularly enthralled. Blocker save by Jacob Cosden, who had some glove save there by Hayden Gould.
Definitely, Rosemary. I would agree with you. Cosden is definitely showing his worth on that D-core tonight, and especially with that the two man back there too as well.
I think Hull has been a great addition to the team tonight. Lachlan Gibson will get the sit for him. I think last night Gibson didn't have the greatest showing, and he'll be a healthy scratch in favor of Hull, who's been a neat addition to these Arizona D pairs. Swiger shuffling, Curley reaching across the body to get to it, and it works out for him. Curley looking for Swiger or Hanrahan. Stoner has it from the blue line. Shot there. The pads, excuse me, the shin pads of Jake King. Curley flips it. Looks like Hanrahan will get called, shoving Evtimov away from the puck. I don't know if Evtimov really had a chance to play the puck, and I think Hanrahan was a little hasty with that hit. Excuse me, they'll call it for offsides. Shot there, swallowed up by the legs of Joseph Hull. Arizona State trying to regroup in the D zone. Vilhauer playing an aggressive forecheck. Almost got the puck there. Arizona much faster tonight on the back check. With pressure there from the elite goal scorer, Dylan Walker. Looks like Hayden Manning throws it. Excuse me, Hayden Manning is not wearing Nate Glenn's jersey. He's got his very own jersey. Not sure how I didn't notice that in net. Arizona up 4-0. You'd think a 4-goal lead would be plenty, but for this Arizona team, after what they showed last night, I'm not so sure. Looking to add some more. Quick shot by Myers, sent high over the glove of Manning. Hodgson gets fancy with it. Shetland tries to get the puck. Kyoka has it, now Shetland. Racing back for it, Arizona State, 2-on-2. Shetland showing off the speed a little bit, managed to get himself in the lane and stop the play from unfolding. Cross gathers. Passes to Captain Kate Olson. Tried to cherry pick it there to Will Josephson. Josephson didn't really want it. Has to get a change. Erickson sent slipping and falling.
Definitely, we're still seeing that determination from the U of A, even with that 4-goal lead.
I mean, after last night, I don't think any lead is safe in this arena, and I think it's been good work by Coach Berman to keep this team, you know, keep shooting. You see it a lot with teams in the bigs. They start turtling once they're up 3 or 4 goals, and I can think of several games last night where that just did not work.
Definitely. It looks like a ASU player will be serving a penalty. Rosemary, did you happen to catch what that's for?
Tripping, I believe, after Erickson took the fall along the far boards. But I am not positive. Nor can I see the player in the box very well.
Gould out there doing his signature stretch.
It's always like home to see Gould doing his nice little stretch.
Absolutely.
I think he does it every time he can. I think he does it timeouts, penalty calls. As long as, you know, he has more than 30 seconds, you can almost guarantee he's going to be flipping over backwards from the point.
Absolutely.
Rossi takes the tumble. Gets right back up to play the puck. Rossi shoved into the board, delayed penalty for Arizona. Arizona with a chance to score here. And they'll blow it dead, it looks like.
Sun Devil penalty. Too many men on the ice. Time of the penalty, 10:24. Penalty being served by number
Too many
24,
men.
Jonathan Murphy. And Sun
The
Devil
official
penalty,
call.
2 men on the ice. Served by number 24, Jonathan Murphy.
Excuse me. Murphy was already in there for too many men, and Marchand just got sent to the box for tripping. Arizona now on the power play.
Absolutely, and especially when it's on that 3-on-5 situation there, you want to see a really powerful power play from that U of A.
And I mean, U of A has the capability. Last night, almost 2 or 3 of their goals were on the power play. You really hope that they can piece some things together. Walker from the point, passed ahead, a shot there, just sent wide of the net. Walker has it again. Hughes, thinking, passes it back to Kioka. Kioka will give it back to Hughes. Hughes with a quick shot off the blocker of Hayden Manning. Quick shot there, just barely saved by Manning. Arizona's gonna try and get one off before Manning can collect himself. Not in time. Walker to Kioka, back to Walker. Quick shot from Walker there, really good chance, just a little too wide. Walker has it again. Fakes the shot, gives it to Kioka. Hughes with lots of room to work with, just can't find the net. Now Walker has it. Walker from the blue line passes across to Hughes. Hughes through the lane. Now Kioka has it. Kioka shoots, and he scores!
He even looked surprised that one went in. Took him a minute to kind of realize that was coming from him as well. ASU does not look happy about this. Talking to the ref a little bit about this as well.
I think they'll want to review it. I don't know if ACHA has review rules.
Were they looking for that penalty?
No,
Do you believe?
Manning doesn't think it went in. Thinks it
Okay.
bounces off.
Kioka
the post.
shoots!
But so
And he
far the call is that it
scores!
Went in. Well, I understand.
He even
why
looked
Manning
surprised
might
that
be
one went
upset,
in.
as
Took
it
him a minute to
doesn't
kind of
really
realize that was
look
coming from.
like it convincingly crossed that red line and then had his net shoved off. Kioka shoots.
Manning definitely seems.
And he
Like he's
scores!
definitely talking to refs about this quite a bit. He does not. He even looked
A
surprised.
lot
That,
of things Manning has to be upset about. You said he might be asking about the penalty, and I think it's
oh, his
possible.
skate fell off.
Looks like he was looking for the penalty. Really wanted the goalie interference call because he lost his skate. But unless that was explicitly an Arizona player's doing, he won't get the call. They'll replace Manning's skate. Give Arizona some time to chat.
Rosemary, in a situation like that, in your opinion, do you think it should be called as goalie interference, or give them the goal on that?
I mean, in the ACHA, you don't have video review. We probably only have 2, maybe 3 camera angles at any point. I really don't think that you can whatever the ref sees, I think
Yoka
that's the way it
shoots.
has to go.
And he
The ref didn't
scores!
see the skate blade come off.
He even looked surprised that that
due
one
to
went
an
in.
Arizona player.
Took him a minute to kind of realize that
At
was coming
point,
from.
You just got to trust that the ref knows what's right. No real way to review or overlook it other than the angle we have all the way up here.
Wildcat fans, we'd like to welcome back Wildcat legend Kelly Walker. Hanging out
Manning
with Wildcat alumni.
seems to be having a little bit of trouble with the skate as they try. and
Yoka
replace it.
shoots! And
No
he
worse feeling than
scores!
goalie, really. I mean, you
He even
lose
looked surprised that that
your
one went in.
blade. You basically are a sitting duck at that point. Nothing you can do.
Definitely, especially with a team on that power play as well. You really have to be 110% there, and losing a blade is not something you wish on anyone there. Rosemary, taking a look at how this period's gone so far, what are you thinking for U of A?
I think U of A is doing a great job continuing that momentum from the second period. They're playing just as well, maybe even a little bit better than they were in the last period. And no small part due to the fact that they've been on the power play for quite a while now. Coming out of the break, they'll have 5-on-4 for what looks like 30 seconds. One more chance to score on the power play.
Yoka shoots! And he scores!
I can't
He
imagine
even looked
Arizona
surprised
State-
that that one went in.
Can't imagine they could be in a worse situation here. Being down 5 goals. I mean, 3 goals is already a lot. But ASU's down 5 with nothing on the board, no signs of life. Really just not a great look there.
Looks like they're
Manning.
not able to get Manning's skate in.
Manning will take a sit, and they'll send out Nate Glenn again. I'm sure Arizona might be excited to see Glenn back out there after he let in 3 in the first period. Very unlucky for Manning.
The Sun Devils, number 31. Nate Glenn.
Curley chips it along the boards. Skating back to get it is Swiger. They're going to call big time tripping there. I don't think Swiger meant to trip him, but his leg was in the lane, disconnecting him from the puck. And when you're skating to the puck at that speed, you're going to trip over anything that's in the lane, whether it's a stick, a skate, foot, a leg. Swiger needed to do a little bit of a better job of getting out of that lane there.
Definitely. And with that 4-on-4, ASU will definitely be trying to get more of that possession here.
We saw it last night. The less players you have on the ice, the scarier every single situation is. We got to see some 3-on-3 overtime play last night. I don't think I've been more scared watching a hockey match in my entire life. 4-on-4 is a little bit of a taste of that. Every mistake you make is just a little bit worse because there's one less person to cover for you.
Definitely. And ASU is on that power play now.
Marchant out of the box, taking some early possession. Evtimov back to Marchant. Olsen behind the net. Brings it around to, I believe, Cross. Cross to Evtimov. Evtimov shot from the blue line. Gould couldn't quite get the rebound, but was able to freeze it right after. I mean, that unit out there, Cross, Evtimov, Marchant, Cade Butler, Cade Olsen. Sorry, excuse me, Caden Butler and Cade Olsen. That's kind of scary. They're a very capable team, especially on the power play.
Definitely, and you've seen it. You saw it a lot last night. The 4 of them definitely have a rhythm and kind of a dynamic there in that passing game. Most teams don't really want to see a lot of that passing game in that offensive zone, but ASU plays it beautifully there.
Arizona, whoa, huge steal there by Hanrahan. Hanrahan scores! Amazing work by Carter Hanrahan. Strips the puck away on the blue line, gets Glenn to overcommit, and hits a very nice goal. I think everything went right on that play for Hanrahan, and I think everything went just about wrong for the Sun Devils. We've seen how Glenn challenges angles and whoa, huge steal there by Hanrahan. Hanrahan moves a lot more. Scores! Other goalies. Amazing work! He goes totally wide into that flat V, stretches out, trying to cover the net. At that point, all you got to do is get the puck a few inches off the ice, and it's a goal.
Definitely. Hanrahan, I believe that was his first goal on home ice, and he really wanted to prove himself there, and that was a beautiful way to do it.
Hanrahan wearing, oh my goodness, Walker gets a breakaway now. Walker tries to exploit Glenn in the exact same way. Very disappointed there. Really wanted the hat trick, as that goal would have been 3 for him on the night. Has to shake it off. Excuse me, as I was saying, number 13, Carter Hanrahan, who just scored the last goal, is wearing his old head coach's jersey. Won a championship with him, won a Founders Cup with him. Mike Markow, still a coach with 2 sons. Hanrahan says he's wearing this jersey to show his support to one of the toughest and best coaches he's ever played for. Chase passes it back. Chase again. Chance in front. Gould stays cool. Shetland shoved backwards. Backed up into Gould. I think Arizona's handling themselves pretty well tonight. You see a lot of teams, I mean, I say you see a lot of teams, but I mean, you saw it with Arizona last night. I particularly think of SDSU. I mean, this is a classy program, but sometimes they really let the colors show. Chioka got a game misconduct for abusive officials. These are some guys that don't always hold themselves to the highest standard, but tonight, really turning the other cheek, being pretty good. Perhaps from both teams about this. Arizona State, they've had some shoves here. Arizona's had some shoves there.
Definitely Rosemary.
Swigert all alone. He gets a breakaway. Oh my goodness. Swigert goes skating. And naturally, when your goalie gets knocked down like that, they'll share more than just a couple words.
Definitely. And both of these teams, as you were saying they were having
all
a good
alone.
clean
He
night.
gets a breakaway. Perhaps I spoke too soon.
A little too soon there.
Oh my goodness. Swigert goes skating.
Of course, with an in-state
Naturally,
rivalry
when your goalie
as
gets
big and
knocked
as
down like that, they'll
serious as this one, it is definitely
no surprise.
no surprise to see. And if a guy goes after your goalie, it really does make sense.
A standing ovation in Tucson Arena tonight. Trying to see who's headed to the box. I believe it'll be the big John Baird.
Looks like there's 3 ASU players also in the box.
Cozy looking box. And
It looks like it's going to be 2 U of A players.
the U of A players. John Baird after, I mean, I guess you could call it a fight win. I don't know if I'd call it all that, but he received a standing ovation after going down and staying on his feet. So now,
Definitely. I believe Josephson is also in the box with him there.
Liger all alone. He gets a breakaway. Oh my goodness. Swigert goes skating.
Tyler Shetland.
Naturally,
And
when your goalie gets knocked down like that, they'll Cade Olson talking to the refs there, trying to figure out where the penalties are going to be spread. A slow second period tonight as hijinks have ensued, particularly for these Arizona State goalies.
Definitely.
Pretty
And
rough night.
Definitely, and U of A being up by 6 will definitely continue to set the tone, especially in that third period with how ASU really responds to that.
Yeah, I think any team, when you're down by 6, the game becomes less about scoring goals and going for the win and more about being as scrappy and mean as possible to prove that even though you might be losing on the ice, you're not a pushover. We saw it with SDSU after a blowout victory by the Wildcats. So many, you know, a little extra added on by SDSU to show that they weren't pushovers despite the score.
Definitely. Looks like it's going to be a long conversation there with the ref on how they're going to be spilling all this out here.
We'll update you as soon as we get the official word. Don't want to say anything too soon.
Rosemary, with how ASU has been playing, who do you think is going to be their strongest kind of contender for that first goal for them?
Weiger all alone, he gets a breakaway. That is a tough one. I think, oh my goodness, Weiger goes skating. And naturally, when your goalie gets knocked down like that, he played really well last night. I imagine we get some little Evtimov to Marchand, tape-to-tape pass, and then quick snap to score, though I'm not sure that they will be tonight based on how this game has gone. Officials letting the scorekeepers know what's the deal. Would love to be a fly on the wall between those boxes.
Absolutely.
Jeremy Colts, the Wildcat hockey leader. He is the leader for goals by a defenseman.
Looks like there's a third U of A player joining the box as well.
To even out the penalties a little bit.
Looks like it'll be
Rossi.
And they're taking Baird out of the box. Looks like Baird's actually getting taken out for the game.
Baird will be sent home on a high note after, you could say, winning his fight, putting on a nice display at the very least. And he'll get an early skate back to the locker room. Not exactly, I'm sure, what Coach Berman wants to see is he'll exchange some words with the officials. Long break here. Looks like they're really trying to decide how to divvy this up. Honestly, think it's the right call, considering the fact that if you let the game play on right after something like that, you're just going to end up with another fight on your hands. So
Definitely.
taking this break is probably good for both teams.
Giving a minute for both teams to figuratively and literally cool down is a great move, even if it's unintentional here.
Absolutely.
Sun Devil penalties. To number 7, Caden Butler. Number 14, Ryan Quast. And number 12, Brady Franklin. 2 minutes each for roughing. Wildcat penalties. Number 11, Ryan Koss. Wildcat penalties. Number 11, Will Josephson. 2 minutes for roughing. Wildcat penalty to number 22, John Baird. 2 minutes for charging. 5 minutes for cross-checking and a game misconduct. Serving the penalty will be number 23, Ari Rossi. Time of the penalty is at 14:41.
So it looks like Baird there got 2 minutes and sent out, so Rossi will sit in the box for him.
Definitely a game misconduct like that, especially on a player like Baird, is a bit of a loss for U of A, but being up by 6.
Weiger all alone, he gets a breakaway.
Hopefully it won't affect them too much there.
Oh my goodness, Weiger goes skating, and naturally, when your goalie gets knocked down like that, I'll be honest, I have no idea how many players each side will have. I'm not sure the players do either. And neither does the scorekeeper.
Looks like it's going to be 5 on 2.
5 on 2?
With
Okay, I was like, that can't be right. 5 on 4.
5 on 4 there.
Arizona penalty kill. I got really nervous there for a moment. Only 2 guys on the ice.
So did I.
I was almost positive 5 on 2 wasn't possible, and now I am positive. Four on 4? 5 on 4.
Kind of feels like no one on the ice really knows how many boys will be on the ice here.
Let's move over to section 120, 220, and 219 at the conclusion of tonight's game. Be sure to follow us on social media to receive live updates about home and away games. Bear down, rise up.
Looks like it's going to be that 5 on 4 in that final go there.
Hanrahan smashed along the boards, chips it the other way for an early clear. King through the neutral zone. Just holds on to it. Looks like number 13, Tyler Kylie Ram, unable to hold on to it, sends it the other way. King flips it. You could hear a little bit of frustration there from Carter Newland. I don't think I've ever heard a player call for a pass that hard before. Really giving it to the ice, letting his guys know that he was open. Hanrahan holds on to it, zings it around the boards. King now. King over to Newland. Newland. Newland thinking to King. King looking for the shot. Swallowed up in the pads of Hayden Gould.
Gould definitely is proving himself under that pressure. ASU, if anything, is going to try and push as many shots as they can in this next 4 minutes and 15 seconds. And Gould is keeping calm under that pressure there.
And I think for the rest of this period and maybe for the remainder of the game, I don't think I'm going to say Hayden Gould's name again. Just to really make sure to avoid any kind of jinx. Marchand, quick shot there. Almost made me eat my words. Great shot by Marchand. Arizona State trying to get something going. Arizona playing pretty aggressively for being on the PK. Looks like it's working for them. Behind the net, Hayden Gould hits the spread V butterfly. Keep it out. Gould stretches across. Gets it out the pads. Hughes zings it the other way. Glenn out of the net to play it. The Wildcats will be on the penalty kill for another 3 minutes. Interesting to see how Berman's gonna deal with the lines, considering you don't have truly more than 2 super serious PK units. They might have to go to some third string PK players. Always a scary situation to be in. King loses it. Erickson headed the other way. Erickson dangling, quick shot, glove down by Nate Glenn, who sets it right back down, trying to get something the other way while Erickson's overextended. Erickson skating back to cut off Evtimov. The junior Evtimov, that is. Kylie Ram looking for it. Finds Evtimov. Evtimov a pass. Quick shot, high blocker save by Hayden Gould. Evtimov thinking. Over to King. King back to Evtimov. Evtimov's going to shoot it. Really scary chance there. Looks like it skated across the ice just wide of the net. King has it. Back to Evtimov. Evtimov fakes the shot. Back to Evtimov.
full force slapper there by Evtimov. That'll be Alan Evtimov, not Dominic Evtimov.
Definitely, and it looks like all of the ASU players have come out of the box there, along with number 11 for U of A, Will Josephson.
Both teams get a full line change as ASU still has a minute 30 left on the penalty kill. Arizona really trying to delay what feels like the inevitable, but they've handled themselves really well. 3.5 minutes of penalty kill success. Kyoka trying to get it tangled up. Great defense to take it right off the skates by Owen Vilhauer. And then Hanrahan will smash someone along the boards. Hanrahan
takes it out
gets
of the
a
air
stick
there.
on it, meets a body in front, but Vilhauer is able to outskate his man. Hanrahan gathers the puck. Not able to get anything going. They'll head the other way. Butler dangling, Butler to Marchant. To Evtimov. Evtimov takes a tumble. No call. Arizona's going to try and go the other way.
1 minute remaining in the second period.
And they're sending an ASU player to the ice, to that box there.
That is beyond good for these Wildcats as they still had 40 seconds left on the penalty kill. That'll be reduced to 40 seconds of 4-on-4, and then we'll get a whopping 1:20 on power play. Just a minute left to go in this second period. That'll be Cross in the box.
Sun Devil penalty, number 34, Matthew Gross.
Matthew Gross.
1901. And then Sun Devil penalty, number 34, Matthew Gross. 2 minutes for holding. Time of the penalty, 1901.
Cosden skating back. Swiger tries to clear it. A zebra caught in between a Sun Devil and a Wildcat there. Hayden Gould watching nervously. Rossi out of the box. 15 seconds to play in period number 2. Rossi with a great shot there. And then looks like Walker will dump it in.
And with that, Walker gets his hat trick of the night there.
Excuse me, not Walker. Riley Rue. I got a little bit too excited there. The 8 starts to look like a 6 when all you can see is the bright red of that goal horn. And that'll be Arizona 7th. 7 goals in just 40 minutes. Rossi did a great job, put one on net, didn't quite make it, rang off the post, and Rue saw it, just appeared in front of him. He took the shot, and Glenn, who has that tendency to overextend, got beat.
Definitely, and with 20 minutes left to go, the Wildcats lead by 7, and we'll look to finish out on a home ice win. Stay with us. We'll be back to bring you the final period from the Tucson Arena in just a bit. Thank you for tuning in. This is Wildcat Hockey.
Ari, after 7 straight road games, you finally get to play one game at home on Tucson ice. How does it feel to be back in Tucson to play in front of a home crowd?
Super excited. It's good to be back. It's been a long time away from home, and getting to play in front of our alumni is going to be a lot of fun.
Having played 3 really tough teams, Maryville, Minot, how are you gearing up to play against this ASU team who isn't exactly on the same caliber as those teams?
You know, playing some of the best teams in the country is a really good preparation for future on in the season, and it'll make playing ASU a fun task, and we should be ready for them.
With Cactus Cups, crucial Cactus Cup games on the line, how are you getting ready to play with a huge trophy that means a whole lot to this city on the line?
We've been spending a lot of time on the ice preparing. We're all super excited to get it done in front of our home fans.
here with Nicholas Kyoko. Nicholas, great second period. How are we going to keep up this momentum for the third period?
Yeah, we're at a process as a team. We're a nationals-bound team, and so every period means a ton to us. So we're just going to stick to our game plan. Doesn't matter if it's 5-0, 7-0, 10-0. Same game plan.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
Welcome back, Wildcat hockey fans. This is Rosemary James Stewart in the booth, joined by
Brooke Barker.
Brooke. The Cats are coming out. They're really excited. You score 7 in 2 periods. There's no way you're not excited. They are missing one, though. They're missing the big number 22, John Baird. I didn't get to mention it while he was on the ice, but his jersey he was wearing was in memory of his grandfather, John Gallagher. John Gallagher, a Vietnam War vet, suffered from lung cancer and sadly passed in 2021. Baird playing in his honor. I'd like to imagine he made John Gallagher proud with the way he played tonight. Did a great job. I mean, we call him the Big John Baird, and he played like the Big John Baird tonight. Got in the lane, stayed big, and won a fight to end his night on the high note. Arizona up 7-0 as we start the final 20 minutes of this Pink the Rink Bear Down on Cancer. Against cancer?
On Cancer.
Bear down on Cancer. Rossi taking the face off. Marchand has it, flicks it the other way. Hayden Manning finally got his change of skates during the intermission. He'll be back in goal. I imagine the Sun Devils will appreciate that, considering how Nate Glenn has played tonight. Let in 5 in a period and a half. Manning only let in 2, one off of a good shot, the other because he lost his skate. I'd imagine Manning is probably a lot more comfortable to have in net than Glenn. Glenn, who played pretty well last night. As Garrett Kane said, he stood on his head for most of the night. Already here, the first 30 seconds have had 2 play stoppages, and Gross will head to the box. Matthew Gross, I am deeply sorry. I have been calling you Cross for the entirety of these last 2 games. Number 34, Matthew Gross, not Cross. 2 minutes of penalty on the board. And Arizona will have the power play. Hughes with a frantic face-off win. Myers.
Official call for the penalty for Gross is going to be roughing.
I'd imagine the officials will be trying to hunker down as much as they can on these penalties. Third period usually where the game starts to get away from the losing team and both teams start to focus on playing rough and making a statement instead of getting that victory. As long as the referees can call these blatant and obvious discretions that are happening. Bad pass there from Hayden Gould. High blocker save. Gould breathes a sigh of relief. Just a bad pass, didn't quite meet the mark. Had to get right down to defend again. Gould, who's been outstanding through 2 periods. Kioka behind the net, gives it to Walker. Walker, who's had an excellent night, 2 goals. Hughes through the zone. Sun Devils clear. 1 minute left on the power play. Kioka skating through the zone with a clean zone entry. Takes a big hit after he gets it through. Swiger behind the net. Links up with Myers. Myers is going to take the shot. High blocker save.
Fantastic shot from Myers there.
And a great save to boot by Manning. Kind of scrunched up, made his shoulders as big as possible, and was rewarded by keeping the puck out. Tonight, Manning's modus operandi will be to reduce damage as much as possible. 7-0 is pretty bad, but the last thing you want to do is lose by double digits. Walker got a great tip off to Swiger. Swiger unable to get it cleanly.
Sun Devil Gross is now back in. It'll be 5-on-5 hockey.
Kyoka on the forecheck. Interesting place for any defenseman to be. Walker behind the net. Slings it across to Franklin. Franklin passes to ASU's number 73. Nick Bonaldi. And after Franklin takes a bit of a tumble, ASU will get a delayed penalty. Erickson shoves Bonaldi off the puck. Excuse me, not Bonaldi. Oh, yes, Bonaldi. Ah. 2 Bonaldis for ASU.
Lots of brothers on this team here.
Anthony Bonaldi, who wears 37, and Nick Bonaldi, who wears 73. Not exactly sure which one was tripped up there, as both of those numbers are, you know, distinctly close. Sitting in the box, I believe, is Michael Pizzo for tripping.
Wildcat penalty number 33, Michael Pizzo, 2 minutes for tripping. On the penalty 312. Again, Wildcat penalty number 33, Michael Pizzo.
Wildcats will be on the penalty kill for 1 minute and 45 seconds. Arizona State with the messy zone entry gets called offsides.
Tonight's 50-50 winner. Get out your tickets. The 50-50 winner. The number is 480.
Stick around after the game tonight, as we'll have some Pink the Rink festivities. We don't normally stick around too long after the end of these games, but it'll be one to watch as we celebrate Pink the Rink and how this game is going, perhaps the Cactus Cup. Though I don't want to speak too soon. We've seen the way ASU can come back. 7 goals is a lot, but they have a whole period to work with.
Last night really proved how dangerous ASU can be in that third period.
3 goals in 3 minutes to equalize. You give them 16 minutes, there's no telling what they could do. Arizona determined to shut them down and not let what happened last night happen again. Hanrahan will look for the hooking by Chase. Quick shot there, sent wide. Marchant couldn't get the pass. Self-inflicted wound as ASU tries to regroup with 45 seconds left on the power play. Big hit there by Hanrahan. Now Gross skating into the zone to Butler on sides. Butler looking for the pass. Great cross-ice pass to find number 13, Tyler Kylie Ram. A phenomenal pass over 3 or 4 sticks in the lane. Kylie Ram didn't have the angle on it, elected to pass it again, and nothing of it. 15 minutes to play, 30 seconds left of this Arizona penalty kill. Eftimov loses the face-off. Curley slings it the other way. Picked up by Carter Newland. Gould comes out of net to play it. Rue takes a big tumble. And I think Arizona's going to get a tripping call their way. Nasty fall there, going right into the net. Good thing it popped off. And that'll be Carter Newland taking the sit. We'll see if it's for tripping or for roughing.
Riley Rue appeared to be a little bit slow on the get up there, but still on the ice there, not going for that line change there.
A little bit surprised as he skated off to the bench right after getting up, but Rue's a tough player. He was out with injury at the beginning of this year, and he's come back in a big way. I think he's determined to stay on the ice as long as he can after missing a couple of games.
Absolutely.
Rue from behind the net, and it's a good choice that he wanted to stay on. A great pass there from Rue behind the net, hit Walker. Walker in stride, tried to shoot it right into the pads of Manning. Manning's all-white kit, including a blank white goalie mask. Kind of nice to see. Looks really good.
Very classic there.
Yeah, especially on top of those very crisp Arizona State maroons. Arizona, clean zone entry. Myers looking for a pass. Quick shot from the point by Nicholas Kioka. Kyoka's going to recover it, zips it along to Hughes. Hughes can't hold on to it. Walker tries to fish it out. He gets it, gives it along to Rue. Rue battling to keep it on sides, can't quite do it. Rue's going to give it away to Kioka. Very aggressive forecheck there from the shorthanded Arizona State University Sun Devils. Myers has it. Myers looking, finds Hughes. Hughes gives it back to Walker. Walker's going to think. Walker's going to shoot. And Manning gloves it low, cleanly.
Everyone with a pink wristband, please meet at the bottom left of the ice rink 10 minutes before the end of the game. Remember, everyone with a pink wristband, meet at the bottom
13 minutes left to play in this third period. The Cats still lead by 7.
Definitely. Kind of taking a look at Hanrahan's play here. We've seen a lot of big hits from him in this game, and lots of very, very close shots there. He's definitely kind of proving himself here, especially with that goal, I believe, in the second there.
Hanrahan's kind of a wild force on the ice. He plays with all the physicality of a defenseman. Curley tricked up and takes a cross check to the back. Plays with all the physicality of a defenseman, the aggressiveness of a forward, and the power of a center. Not really any of those, as he sits on a line all of his own, there to substitute in whenever the line needs him. Great spot for him, I think, because he's really a versatile player.
Absolutely. He does a lot of great work both on that left and that right side there, especially with the lines that he's been put on a lot tonight.
10 seconds left. Arizona power play. Swiger will try and get it into the zone. Swiger spinning around on his knees. Bad hit there by Rossi, ends up falling instead. Gould coming all the way out of the crease for the save. Now Rossi has a one-on-one opportunity, looking for a pass. Rossi sent into the boards. Michael Pizzo out of the box for at full strength. Arizona with a breakaway there, looking for the cross-ice pass. Again, Gould has to come out of the crease to play it. Arizona caught sleeping on defense. They've played phenomenal defense for the first 2 periods, but twice now Gould has had to come out and bail out bad plays. Rue dangling through the zone. Tries to chip it across, doesn't get enough puck. Manning takes it on the stick and freezes.
Rosemary, as much as I'd like to agree with you that defense is slacking a little bit in this third period, I would say watching Kioka, the second that Gould comes out of that crease there, take in and try and take up as much space as he possibly can, stretching out there. It's great to see kind of that defensive player really know that if your goalie is out, you get there and you cover as much as you possibly can.
Absolutely, and it's hard to do anything, even on an empty net, when you've got a big commanding force like Kioka there. Quick shot from the point off of somebody's stick. Swiger has it with some room. Mayberry sealing the net as best as he can. ASU odd man rush, 3-on-2. Kylie Ram calculating, passes it back to the blue line to Marchant. Marchant to Olsen. Olsen gives it a try. Marchant thinking. Tips it along to Olsen. Olsen shot there off of the pads of Dylan Walker. Excuse me, the shin pads, Dylan Walker. 3 men in the lane. Butler, leading goal scorer, takes a nice shot. Instead, gets just most of Walker's body. Walker struggling to get off the ice.
Looks like it might be his leg on that one, especially with the way he was coming off there.
You take a puck to the kneecap, I don't care how much padding you have there. You're not skating off cleanly. Myers across. Arizona State regathers. Arizona with a chance here. Shetland tries to go 5-hole from a ways out. Mayberry closes the legs and gets a freeze. Great work. Called him Mayberry. Great work by Manning there to really shut down any possible chance. Really scary. Shetland had a great shot lined up to go 5-hole. Sent it through, and Manning saw it. Able to control the puck. Manning doing a great job, especially in replacement of Nate Glenn. Ian Erdman passed the puck out to the student section. Arizona State through the zone, 2-on-2. Quick shot from way out. Gould, blocker save. Shetland, unsure of what to do, flips it backwards. Doesn't work out well for him, finds a Sun Devil. Shetland recovers it, headed the other way, loses the puck after being swarmed by 4 Sun Devils. Arizona went for a line change, caught sleeping. Luckily, the few players who were on the ice able to recover. Stoner ahead to Erickson. Erickson chips it along. Olsen behind the net. King skating through the zone. Looks for the quick shot, sends it way high. I say way high a lot, but not many shots get 30 feet off the ice like that one does. Not sure if that went off of Gould's blocker or not. Good thing the netting's quite tall.
You've said it a couple times, Rosemary, but the U of A might be sleeping a little bit here. And if you're up by 7 with 9 minutes left, you really, unfortunately, it feels like they may really just be taking that little sleep there, where it would be great to see them continue to apply that pressure with this 9 minutes left. But when you're up by 7, there's not much.
Yeah, it's very easy to kind of get complacent, and just let the game come to you. Arizona cannot afford to let that happen. Even up by 7, it seems insurmountable. It seems like a lot, but ASU did the impossible last night and forced overtime. Coach Berman does not want to see another shootout happen in Tucson Arena this year. I think Coach Berman's words were, quote, let me see if I can remember them here. Super exciting as a fan, super scary as the coaching staff. Olsen, shot sent wide. Rossi picks it up. Rossi between the legs of a Sun Devil to send it over to Michael Pizzo. Michael Pizzo not able to get a hand on it. Erickson skating through on the forecheck. ASU odd man rush. Offsides. ASU doesn't like the call.
No, very upset with that offsides call. They've been getting that a lot, it feels like, tonight.
There are a lot
definitely messy on that entry there.
Yeah, there are a lot of fast skaters, and the their cleanest zone entries have been ones where they're able to outskate Arizona. I think they're just getting a little too riled up trying to force a stretch pass and get into the zone. Swiger into the zone. Delayed offsides. Swiger puts a stick in the lane. Rue throws the body to no effect. Swiger chips it. Bad hit there. Looked like it was on Rue. After doing, you know, having passed the puck almost 3 to 5 seconds before the hit. Good job by Rue to stand his ground there. You're definitely not expecting a hit so late after the pass. And it looks like number 73, Nick Bonaldi, will take the sit.
Definitely. With a player like Riley Rue, he's a big guy there. And he's a commanding force on and off the ice. And we've seen him really turn around after coming off that injury there and really show his commitment and his work ethic here.
He'll play through just about anything, it seems. Interference to call. Pretty clear call there. The hit came long after the pass was gone. Curley has it. Curley tried to get it over to Hanrahan, couldn't find him. Shetland passes it gingerly, but Shetland has it again. Shetland behind the net. Across to Curley. Curley looking for Hole. Hole to Swiger. Swiger tried to chip it back. Very close chance and opportunity there for Arizona. Carter Hanrahan slow to get up. Gonna take a leisurely skate to the bench after. Excuse me, Hanrahan's gonna stay on. And I lied, Hanrahan's on the bench. Faked me out a little bit there.
Definitely a lot of hockey has been played in the last 2 days, and it's starting to really show its effects. Both teams feel a little bit slower on the come up and also slower just skating.
Arizona State, a team who last night I must have said the word fast or quick about 1,000 times. Not looking super quick tonight. Again, you play 2 games back to back. You're away from home. I mean, even when you're in Arizona, these guys have been most likely stayed in Tucson overnight. It's gotta, you imagine it has a little bit of effect on your skating the next day, especially after a long game like last night. 60 minutes of regulation, 5 minutes of overtime, and then a shootout. Onside somehow, Kyoko holds it. Kyoko, quick shot through the lane. Way to find his angle, but Manning shuts it down. Manning holding himself very well. I think he's kind of what this ASU team needs, and I don't think Arizona knows quite how to play around Manning quite yet. They figured out Glenn very early, and they were exploiting that as much as possible. Arizona still on the power play for another 30 seconds.
Looked like
Shetland with so much space.
Looked like Walker tried to come back out there for a little bit, and his knee was still bugging him, and now he's taking a little bit of a sit there on the bench.
Bummer for a guy who played so well tonight.
Fantastic night for Walker.
2 goals. Hope he can get back in the game and try for the third that, of course, he would want. Hole finds Shetland. Shetland through the lane. Hanrahan comes up with nothing. Curley has it. Curley, a quick shot off of the stick of Swiger in the lane. Hanrahan really selling the hooking call there. Went down.
He's really trying for that hooking call.
No force applied. I mean, the Cats
feels like
love
the
power
second or
play.
the third time that he's been really pushing for that.
Hanrahan looking for the pass. Couldn't get it done. Now, Rossi, a loud hit that didn't look so loud. Erickson slings it across. Tipped down right into the stick of Ari Rossi. They'll get a line change. I don't think I've ever seen Arizona do line changes this slow. They really look tired with just 5 minutes left of regulation to play. Costin goes defensive, loses an edge. Shot sent way high by Erdman. Erdman seems to, maybe he's playing with a different flex tonight. Sent 2 high over the glass. 1 in the student section, 1 into the netting. Just doesn't quite have the handle on it he'd like to. 5 minutes left. ASU still yet to show any real signs of life with just 5 minutes to play. We're back to full strength hockey, 5-on-5. Erdman has it. Stuffed behind the net. Evtimov forward to King. King holds on to it. Shot there. Fails pretty poorly by Kate Olsen, the captain.
ASU is really just trying anything they possibly can to try a shot, even the ones that really, really don't look great there.
Trying just about everything they can. Some commotion behind the net. Bonaldi has it. Shot there by Evtimov. Shot there into the pads of Hayden Gould. They can't find the puck. It's not dead. Something's happening. Gould gets on top of it and freezes it.
Once again, Gould shows his calm and his great demeanor there.
I think the first time we called a game with Gould in it, we said the word calm and cool
300
probably
times?
about 300 times.
And we pretty much say it every game.
And now it just goes without saying. This guy is chill beyond belief.
Absolutely. The only time we've really seen him kind of get that emotional, that spike there, was last night with that own goal there.
After John Baird's own goal in regulation, he seemed pretty upset. And then the goal right after, beating himself up on the way to overtime. But he played a great game in overtime.
He played fantastically in overtime.
And then the shootout, able to get the final save and set up Hughes with the game-winning opportunity. Quick shot there from the point, hits a body in front. Looks like it hit Butler there. Butler went down even though he had a chance to play the puck there. Butler again, down on a knee, couldn't get the shot off. Arizona trying to mount anything. Josephson back. Gross looking for anybody. Josephson falls back after just a little bit of something there from Butler. Myers a little bit surprised to find himself all alone in the O-zone as the Cats went for a change. Hole slinged across. Arizona State gets it into the zone. Erickson unable to hold on to it, but Rossi covers. Michael Pizzo showing off some of his edges there.
Absolutely. Not neutral zone there.
Maybe showing off a little bit. Quick shot there, sent wide of the net. 2 minutes and 30 to play in regulation. Cats lead by 7. Some sort of a save there by Gould. Grew trying desperately to get into the zone. Brooke, who is the one player that you think has made the biggest impact on this 7-goal lead tonight?
In goal scoring, I'm going to say Walker.
It's got to be.
Obviously there, but really, I'm looking at Shetland most of the time. He really is kind of making those moves and really.
Swigert with a chance here. Backhand shot. Gloves cleanly. Well, less than cleanly by Manning.
I would definitely say Shetland as my choice there. He's getting a lot of minutes there, and he's really just, he's making moves and he's going for shots and kind of taking those interesting paths that you feel like you don't really see many players on the team take there.
Being such an undersized forward, shot from the point by Kyoka. You don't see a lot of Shetland on the ice, and he hasn't gotten a lot of minutes this season, so seeing him on the ice as much as he has been these last 2 nights and the impact he's had. Another shot from the point there by Kyoka. Manning got a glove on it. It was sent flying into the air. Cats tried to make a play on it. Arizona State players don't like the sticks that got caught up in the pursuit of that goal.
No, and it looks like U of A will be taking a penalty on this one.
Justin Hughes, who scored.
Jack Curley.
Jack Curley. Excuse me.
Looks like an ASU player is also taken to the box there.
Curley, the back of his jersey says Gina in recognition of Gina Curley, his grandmother. She is 80 years old and is a PE teacher for elementary school students in Vermont. Story to watch, a cancer survivor and an all-around great human being, Gina Curley. Curley will take a sit in the box. Arizona will we'll play 4-on-4 hockey for the last minute 55, the remainder of this game. Phillips and Curley will trade 2-minute penalties, roughing. Bit of a dangerous chance there as Erdman almost got there in time, but not quite. Oh, Michael Pizzo trying to cut off the pass there. It's not in the right place. Michael Pizzo goes down.
Very slow on the come up there.
Not sure what happened, but man, he was down for a long time.
Almost unable to skate back.
Not exactly sure what happened there. ASU player with his back to him. Just wishing he's okay. Erickson tries to dump it in backwards. Vilhauer looking for it, and they'll freeze it. The official's been pretty generous with these freezing calls. I think they've had a pretty good eye on it, but 1 minute left to play. Arizona leads by 7. There's only one other thing you'd want out of this game, but I refuse to talk about it. You, the viewer, can only imagine. Gosden keeps it in the zone. Olsen chips it behind the net to Marchant. Marchant, a dangerous player. Marchant ahead to Olsen. Olsen through the zone. Can't keep it on sides. Josephson find his man. Stoner. Stoner sends it forward. "30 seconds left. Stick around after the game as Arizona will secure the Cactus Cup for the 7th straight year in a row. A monument of success to this young Tucson squad. 20 seconds to play.
Absolutely, along with the Pink the Rink ceremony as well happening after this game here.
5 seconds to play. And Arizona for 7 straight years. They cut me off. Little scrap near the benches. Causes the play to be dead with 2.6 left. However, I'm not sure that's enough time to score 7 goals. So I will say Arizona will clinch their
and they're calling it there.
Cactus Cup in 7 years. They go to give hugs to Hayden Gould as Gould celebrates a shutout against in-state rivals ASU. There is no bigger night than tonight. Saturday night, 7:30 hockey, Pink the Rink. They win the Cactus Cup against in-state rivals ASU, and Hayden Gould shows out with a shutout.
Gould was fantastic tonight. All of the work he put in, you could see it all there on the ice. He is a calm and calculated goalie, and it is never more present than it has been tonight.
And as is tradition, they'll do the handshakes. One of the best parts about hockey, you'll hear from a lot of people, is the sportsmanship.
For the Sun Devils, number 14, Ryan Quash was a
handshakes all around.
Misconduct.
Arizona on their path to winning the Cactus Cup. Won 4 straight against Arizona State. They dropped their first match to Arizona State, and then they proceeded to win the next 4 in convincing fashion. Last night, they had a killer shootout victory won by Justin Hughes. Rue and Hughes both with one in the shootout.
It really was beautiful work there.
A picture-perfect ending.
And there it is, that moment with the cup. We've seen it now here in the TCC for 7 years, and it does not stop being a beautiful sight.
Student section, as they start slowly clearing out, will sing the Arizona fight song. Great night to be a Wildcat in the lovely Tucson, Arizona. Coach Berman will congratulate the team in his flashy pink tie, holding the trophy, and they'll go for a nice little photo there. While we have the time, I'd like to read some of the names on the back of the jerseys that you can see now. Riley Rue, 18, wearing Christian Estrada. Christian had non-Hodgkin's lymphoma. He has been cancer-free for 4 years. He had 2 hip replacements and was able to get back to college sports about a year after treatment ended. There you can see number 9, Justin Hughes, wearing Jacob Stilley's name. Jacob began his courageous journey in 2023 when he was diagnosed with stage 3 testicular cancer. Over the course of his battle, he faced multiple rounds of aggressive treatment, including 4 rounds of chemotherapy, followed by 2 rounds of high-dose chemotherapy and stem cell replacements. Despite these efforts, his cancer spread to his spleen and liver after a right upper wedge resection of his lung. A huge win tonight, a statement win, 7-0. The shutout for Gould. I mean, there is no better way to win the Cactus Cup than on your home ice in those bright pink jerseys.
Absolutely.
I think Nicholas Kioka said in his post-game interview, or his pre-game interview earlier this weekend, there's nothing better in college hockey. Other names on the back of these jerseys. A name we saw a lot, Tristan Swiger. Swiger is wearing Robert L. Clark's name, his great-grandfather. Robert Clark's integrity and work ethic were unmatched. He possessed many skills and could build or fix anything. There wasn't a project he wasn't willing to tackle, and he always had several in the works. After a valiant fight, he lost his battle to non-Hodgkin's lymphoma on May 21st, 2000. We would also like to remember Bob's daughter, Barbara Carl Earlbeck. Lots of memories tonight.
Absolutely, and please do stick with us as shortly And absolutely, please do stick with us, as shortly there will be that Pink the Rink ceremony as we bear down against cancer here in the U of A with the U of A hockey team. There will be a graphic up shortly with the QR code, and please do consider donating to the Hockey Fights Cancer and to that Cancer Center research, as it does really do help do so much research to help out all of these individuals that are going to be honored here tonight.
A proud win tonight, as the win was not only for the Cactus Cup and for the city of Tucson, but for the fight against cancer. Kyoka takes a skate around with the Cactus Cup, pointing and cheering and joining with these home fans as the Wildcats bear down against cancer. No sight quite like watching the Cactus Cup skate around in those bright pink jerseys. This has been a great statement for Arizona to make right before winter break, where they'll have no games before coming back next semester and playing hard.
There is another U of A game on Thursday against Minot.
And that'll be their last game
of this semester. And with that QR code, you can donate to the Cancer Center, and it does do so much great work to help fund that research that really does kind of learn more about how the cancer works and really just how to help treat it.
Again, every name on the back of these Arizona players' jersey represents someone fighting or who has lost the fight against cancer. It means so much to these players, so much to the city of Tucson, and so much to the community at large to bear down against cancer.
We're going to start with number 1, Angel Miller. Nurse practitioner, wife, and mother, was diagnosed in June of 2024 after 2 surgeries. Wait.
Wildcats will roll out the red carpet as we recognize those who have bravely fought against cancer. All right, now it's time to pick the ring. Starting on number 1, Angel Miller. Angel Miller, nurse practitioner, wife, and mother, diagnosed in June of 2024. After 2 surgeries and radiation, she is now cancer-free. This jersey was bought by her family to remind her that the only thing tougher than a hockey player is a cancer survivor. Bear down.
Next is number 5 for Diane Erickson. Diane Erickson is my mom. She was diagnosed with ovarian cancer 3 years ago and continues to battle it today. I wear this jersey to show my love and support for her the way she's always shown it to me. My mom is the absolute best. Time for number 7, Lowell Simpson. Lowell's been a neighbor for many years. Lowell and his son Max are hockey players. We've always had a special bond. I would go to Lowell for advice on and off the ice. He's always been a father figure to me. When Lowell was diagnosed, it was devastating for his family and friends. But he is a warrior and stayed steadfast throughout recovery. Now cancer-free and proudly wearing this jersey to show my admiration to one of the toughest men I know and a father figure to me, Lowell Simpson. Moving on, number 8, Gina Curley. Tonight, I proudly wear this jersey in honor of my grandmother, Gina Curley, who was diagnosed with breast cancer in 2008. True to her spirit, she faced the challenge with an unwavering grace and determination. After undergoing surgery and extensive treatment, she achieved remission. During the summer of 2023, she was diagnosed with lung cancer. After surgery and treatment, she once again achieved remission and has continued to embrace life to its fullest. Now 80 years old, she continues to inspire a physical education teacher for elementary school students in Vermont.
We're waiting for them. You can't wait up here. Okay, you have to at least wait in that section over here.
Next, number 9, Jacob Stilley. A story of strength, love, and perseverance. Jacob began his courageous journey in 2023 when he was diagnosed with stage 3 testicular cancer. Over the course of his battle, he faced multiple rounds of aggressive treatment, including 4 rounds of chemotherapy, followed by 2 rounds of high-dose chemotherapy and stem cell replacements. Despite these efforts, his cancer spread to his spleen and liver after a right upper wedge resection of his lung. Throughout this fight, Jacob remained a beacon of strength, humor, and selflessness. As the cancer progressed, the doctors gave him a minimal chance of survival. Jacob has made the brave decision to enter hospice care, choosing to spend his final days surrounded by family and friends. Despite the challenges his body faced, Jacob's spirit never wavered. He remained focused on well-being of those around him, always wearing a smile, even in the toughest of times. Jacob recently lost his battle with cancer at age 37. Tonight we celebrate his life and the life of his wife, April, who is watching from Illinois. Moving on to number 13, Mike Marceau. Mike Marceau, head coach of the Powell Junior Islanders on Long Island. Mike was my coach for 4 years when I was in Long Island. My second year, around halfway through, he broke the news to us that he was diagnosed with cancer but wouldn't be able to finish out the year. He went through multiple treatments and battled through every single one. He came back my 3rd year and led us to the Canadian Cup Championship. Winning the championship with Marceau was one of the best feelings I've ever had. Then my 4th year, we ended up falling short in the playoffs, but had the most wins in the league, which got us to the Founders Cup. Number 15, Luke Winterer. Our family friend, Luke Winterer, is a Navy NCIS officer. He was home in Spokane earlier this year visiting his family when he had a seizure. It was discovered he had lung cancer that had spread to his brain. He had brain surgery, followed by chemo, and gamma knife therapy. The outlook is good, but he is still fighting. This jersey is to show my support for a family friend and patriot. Number 16, Connie Gelfer. Mrs. Gelfer has a wonderful family, a collection of friends that have been gathered over her lifetime. And she's had a long, successful career in special supplemental nutrition programs for women, infants, and children. In 2024, she was diagnosed with completed difficult treatments, very thankful to be a cancer survivor. Always remember every day is a chance to create a memory and to love a little more. Number 17, Ken Osterman. Ken is an incredible figure in my life and true inspiration. At 81 years old, he's a testament to resilience and strength. Diagnosed with throat cancer in 2009, he endured 8 weeks of chemotherapy and 45 rounds of radiation, becoming cancer-free at the end of that year. Even during his battle, he never stopped supporting me. He was always there, attending my youth hockey games with my grandma, and always being someone to turn to. Today, Ken enjoys woodworking, painting, and watching University of Arizona games from his favorite chair with his loyal Labrador monkey by his side. I'm proud to represent him on the ice tonight and honor his remarkable journey. Number 18, Christian Estrada. Christian has non-Hodgkin's lymphoma. He's been cancer-free for 4 years. He had 2 hip replacements and was able to get back to college sports about a year after treatment ended. Number 22, John Gallagher. John Gallagher received a devastating diagnosis of lung cancer in February 2020. He was a family man that impacted everyone he knew with his witty sense of humor and gentle heart. He was an Army vet that served his country honorably during the Vietnam War. He was a devoted husband, loving father, and doting grandfather. His legacy is poured into every heart of his 10 grandchildren. He'd be incredibly honored and proud to see his name on his grandson's jersey being represented in this cancer awareness event. After a long, gallant fight, John Gallagher lost his battle with lung cancer, February 10, 2021. Number 23, Dino Garcia Rossi. Dino Garcia Rossi would undoubtedly be embarrassed by this attention. While he might graciously accept it, he would still feel undeserving. The sentiment speaks volumes about the kind of person he is despite his many accomplishments. He remained the most humble of men. Dino dedicated his life to the causes that truly mattered. He worked tirelessly to find environmentally friendly solutions to combat invasive species in our waters, demonstrating his commitment to preserving the natural world. At the National Institute of Health, his role as an investigator focused on the intricate link between genetics and breast cancer, showcasing his dedication to advancing medical science. Beyond his personal achievements, Dino had a remarkable knack for fixing anything around the house and could transform blocks of wood into stunning pieces of furniture. However, what truly set him apart was his ability to bring joy to everyone around him. With a silly attitude and unmatched talent for playing practical jokes with a straight face, he filled every room with laughter and warmth. For Dino, the 3 things that mattered most: following your heart rather than society's expectations, the pursuit of education, and the importance of family. Athletics were a close fourth, and even when he was near the end of his battle with multiple myeloma, he relished in taking his boys to the rink, even at 5:30 in the morning, seeing his son playing college hockey at the University of Arizona. Following his passion, furthering his education would have made Dino immensely proud. The family would like to present this jersey to the uncle who supported them through the loss of their husband and father, especially because he looks great in pink. Number 24, Robert L. Clark. Robert L. Clark, known as Bob Clark, was Christian's great-grandfather. Bob's integrity and work ethic were unmatched. He possessed many skills that could build or fix anything. There wasn't a project he wasn't willing to tackle, and he always had several in the works. After a valiant fight, he lost his battle with non-Hodgkin's lymphoma, May 21st, 2000. We would also like to remember Bob's daughter, Barbara Clark, Earlbeck. She was an amazing wife, mother, grandmother, and aunt. She spent countless hours volunteering for St. Francis Catholic Church in Wake Forest, North Carolina. She fought ovarian cancer with strength and grace and lost her battle on October 4th, 2020. The world is a better place with them in it. They are missed by all those who love them. Number 25, Tara Wright. Tara Wright, a beloved wife, daughter, sister, and aunt, was just recently diagnosed with leukemia. This jersey is to show our love and support for the tough road ahead for Tara, her husband, 3 sons, and 3 furry best friends. We are hopeful she will win the battle. You are strong, you are brave, and you are not alone. And last but certainly not least, number 27, Becky Pollock. Becky Pollock, beloved sister and U of A graduate, beat brain cancer twice but was unable to beat it a 3rd time. She was an animal lover and hockey fan. She is missed greatly, and this jersey is to support all the current fighters of cancer.